Fun Facts presents the 1969 Chevy Nova SS Coupe. It is a classic muscle car. It's one of the third generation from 1968 through 1974. And we're going to focus on the 1969 Chevy Nova. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So let's get started now. By 1969, the muscle car era was nearing its zenith. Performance packages were proliferating into just about every vehicle platform, and top-selling Chevrolet exuded enticing examples, offering super sports in most lines. Enterprising racers, tuners, and dealers like Don Yenko and Yenko Chevrolet, Dick Harrell and Fred Gibbs Chevrolet, Motion Performance and Baldwin Chevrolet, Dana Chevrolet, Berger Chevrolet, and others added fuel to the tire fryer with their own high-powered packages for the bow tie muscle cars. Those stories are for another time, however, as the Quick Buyer's Guide will examine the attributes of the factory-issued 350 and 396 equipped 1969 Nova Supersport. The redesigned and re-engineered 1968 Chevy 2 Nova was developed concurrently with the new 1967 F-body Camaro and shared many traits with it. Chief among them was an engine compartment and chassis that could accept and harness big block power. Though more restrained outside than the Camaro, the Chevy 2 still possessed the curvaceous modern body. Partway through the 1968 model year, the 396 350 horsepower and the 396 375 horsepower engines were released as options for the Nova SS that had previously only been equipped with the 350. The small block variant remained the higher seller, but the big block Novas quickly cultivated a positive performance reputation on the street and strip, not to mention a cult following that continues to this day. The Chevy 2 was dropped from the 1969, and the 350 engine increased to the 300 horsepower from the 295 from the new model year. Even though there was little, if any, mention of them in Chevrolet literature, the 396 engines also returned as a Nova SS option. Nova SS features checking off RPO code Z26 turned a V8 Nova two-door sport coupe into a Nova SS. Its 350 engine featured a 4-barrel carb and dual exhaust. A special floor shifted 3-speed manual transmission was installed, as well as was a multi-piece hood insulator. The chassis was enhanced with HD springs and shocks, E70 14 red striped tires on 14x7 wheels with hubcaps and power front disc brakes. Exterior upgrades consisted of simulated air intake hood ornaments, black grille, and rear trim panel with SS emblems added. Engine callouts on the front fenders and louvers with bright edge trim. Inside was a black steering column and a wheel with an SS emblem. Noteworthy options, though the Nova line was originally developed as reliable and economical transportation, there were still desirable options available like bucket seats, rally wheels, sport wheels, AC, console, vinyl roof covering, custom interior, special interior group, custom exterior, exterior decor package, and more. A headlamp, washer, speed warning indicator, and liquid tire chain with were a few of the more unusual offerings. Performance options aside from the aforementioned 396s included various 4-speeds, the turbo hydromatic, the posi traction differentials, the F41 suspension, and the added revised front and rear springs and shocks. The special instrumentation option placed a tack on the left of the speedometer, a clock to the right, and gauges for the battery, temperature, fuel, and oil pressure on the console. Available sound systems included push-button AM/FM radios, rear seat speaker, AM/FM stereo, and stereo tape player with 4 speakers. The Chevy Nova SS, known as the Nova Super Sport, was transformed from a trim option to a performance package for 1968, one of the smallest muscle cars ever fielded by Detroit. The Nova SS now included a 295 horsepower, 350 cubic inch V8 engine along with a heavy-duty suspension and other performance hardware. Optional V8 engines included 2 versions of the big block 396, 6.5 liter rated at 350 horsepower, and a 375 bhp at 5,600 RPM, 415 foot-pounds of torque, 3,600 RPM. Both engines were offered with a choice of transmissions including the M21 close ratio 4-speed manual and the heavy-duty M22 Rock Crusher 4-speed manual, or the 3-speed Hydromatic 400 automatic transmission. A total of 5,571 SS Coupes were produced in 1968, and the Nova sported the SS badge until '76. Front disc brakes were optional on the 1968 Nova. So in 1969, the Chevy 2 nameplate was retired, leaving the Nova nameplate. The Chevy 2 by Chevrolet trunk lid badge was replaced by the Nova by Chevrolet, and the Chevy 2 badge above the grille was replaced with the bow tie emblem, and the 1969 model was promoted under the Nova model name in Chevrolet sales literature. As with other 1969 GM vehicles, locking steering columns were incorporated into the Nova. Simulated air extractor vents were added below the Nova script, which was relocated to the front fender behind the wheel well instead of the rear quarter panel. The 350 cubic inch 5.7 liter V8 with 4-barrel carburetor that came standard with the SS option was revised to a 5 HP increase to 300 HP, while a 2-barrel carbureted version of the 350 cubic inch 5.7 liter V8 rated at 255 was the new option on the non-SS models. The engine, the 300 horsepower 350, used a quadrajet on a cast iron intake. It had 1.94 over 150 inch valves, a 280-288 degree cam, a 4-bolt main block assembled with forged rods and cast pistons and crank. The 350 horsepower 396 had a quadrajet on an iron intake, canted valve over port heads, a 350-352 degree cam, cast pistons, forged rods and crank, and 2-bolt mains. Stepping up to the L78 396 brought a Holley carb mounted to an aluminum intake mounted to rectangular port canted valve heads with 219 over 172 valves, working with 316, 302 degree solid lifter cam and forged piston rods and crank in a 4-bolt main block for 375 horsepower. All engines used breaker point distributors and cast iron exhaust manifolds. The transmission, a floor-shifted HD Muncie MC1 3-speed manual, was standard. 4-speed options included a wide ratio Muncie M20, a close ratio M21, and a close ratio HD M22, also known as the Rock Crusher. An 11-inch clutch was used with manual transmissions. The Power Glide 2-speed automatic was optional for the 350 engine, as was the Turbo Hydromatic 350 3-speed automatic. The Turbo Hydromatic 400 was an extra cost with the 396, and the versions used with the 375 horsepower 396 featured durability upgrades and higher shift points. Okay, well, this article is very extensive and long on Hemmings.com. I'm going to leave a link below the video so you can continue reading the article. Otherwise, this video is going to be way too long. I'd like to thank you for taking the time if you found yourself this far into the video, for watching our video. And if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up because it really does help our channel. And if you like our channel, please subscribe because we'll be doing all of the muscle cars, the supercars, the hybrid cars, the sports cars. We'll be doing the autoramas, the car shows, the hot rods, the custom cars, a little bit of everything for everybody. So again, thank you for taking the time out of your day. We look forward to seeing you when we upload our next video. And always, always, always take good care. Thank you.